A phone case for $1, sneakers for $10, and free shipping worldwide. When prices look this unreal, something feels off. Temu exploded onto screens almost overnight, promising deals that feel impossible, and flooding social media with ads, giveaways, and countdown timers. Some buyers swear it is a hidden gem, while others call it a trap built on fake discounts and broken products. This video breaks down what Temu really is, how it works, and what buyers actually experience after clicking order. The real truth about Temu is not found in the ads or the hype. It shows up only after the package arrives, or sometimes when it never does. And that is where things get interesting. If Temu feels like it appeared out of nowhere, that is because it almost did. Temu launched in the US in 2022 and quickly spread across Europe, Asia, and beyond. Behind it is not a small startup or an unknown seller. Temu is owned by PDD Holdings, the same Chinese company behind Pinduoduo, one of China's largest e-commerce platforms with hundreds of millions of users. That matters because real scams usually hide ownership, avoid regulation, and disappear fast. Temu did the opposite. It registered companies, opened offices, paid for Super Bowl ads, and poured billions into marketing. Governments, banks, and payment processors work with it openly. So on paper, Temu is real. The company exists. The platform exists. Orders are processed. Payments go through. Millions of packages ship every week. That removes the first fear. Temu is not a fake website built to take money and vanish. But legitimacy does not mean safety, fairness, or quality. So how big is Temu really? By mid-2025, Temu crossed 1 billion app downloads worldwide. That is not installs. That is actual downloads, in less than 3 years. At its peak, Temu was pulling in over 400 million monthly active users globally, with the United States alone accounting for well over 100 million monthly users at one point. That raises an uncomfortable question. If this many people are using Temu, can it really be fake? The scale tells a different story. In 2024, Temu's estimated gross merchandise value jumped past $70 billion, up from under $20 billion just a year earlier. That means tens of billions in real transactions, real orders, real shipping, real money moving through the system. Scams do not usually survive at that size. So what is Temu actually spending all this money on? Marketing. Temu has poured billions into ads, including Super Bowl commercials, constant app promotions, and referral rewards. At one point, Temu was one of the most advertised apps in the world, outspending even long-established tech companies. That explains the prices. Those $1 items are often subsidized. Temu is willing to lose money short-term to lock in long-term habits. The question becomes, how long can that last? The pressure is building. In Europe, regulators have flagged Temu under the Digital Services Act, citing concerns about unsafe products, weak risk controls, and misleading listings. If those issues are not fixed, Temu could face fines worth up to 6% of its global revenue. That is not pocket change. Some independent tests in the EU have already found toys and products sold on Temu that failed safety standards, including items with materials not approved for children. So here is the real tension. Temu is not collapsing, it is not disappearing. But it is no longer flying under the radar either. At the same time, new customs rules planned for 2026 may end the era of ultra-cheap duty-free parcels shipped straight from China. If shipping costs rise, Temu's biggest advantage weakens. And yet, people keep scrolling. On average, users spend over 20 minutes a day inside the Temu app, more time than on many traditional shopping platforms. That's because the app feels like a game. Which brings the question back to the buyer. Is Temu dangerous? Or is it simply very, very good at keeping attention? After all, Temu does not need to steal money to win. It just needs people to keep clicking, keep browsing, and keep believing the next deal might be the one that finally beats the system. And that is where Temu becomes less about shopping, and more about temptation. If Temu is real, why are the prices so low? A smartwatch for less than lunch, furniture cheaper than shipping, clothes priced like candy. At first glance it feels impossible. The truth is not magic, it is structure. Temu works on a direct-from-factory model. Most items ship straight from manufacturers to buyers, skipping warehouses, brand markups, retail stores, and middlemen. Many products are unbranded or made by factories that also produce items for well-known brands, just without the logo. This cuts costs fast. Temu also uses, heavy subsidies. The platform often loses money on early orders to pull people in, much like ride-sharing apps once did. The low prices are not always real prices. They're actually promotional prices meant to build habit. Then there is the psychology. Temu shows inflated original prices, countdown timers, spinning wheels, flash sales, and reward games. These do not always reflect real market value. They're designed to trigger urgency, not accuracy. So, buyers are not always saving 90%. Sometimes they are saving 20% while being told it is 80%. The prices are low because of factory direct shipping, aggressive subsidies, and psychological pricing, not because money is being stolen. But cheap means nothing if the product never arrives. This is where real buyer experience is split in two. For many buyers, the process feels slow but successful. Orders take longer than Amazon, usually 7 to 15 days. Tracking looks strange at first, jumping between countries. Then the package arrives. The item is smaller than expected. Lighter, simpler. The fabric is thinner. The plastic feels cheaper, but it works. A cable charges. A lamp turns on. A hoodie fits well enough. These buyers leave 5-star reviews saying things like worth the price and surprisingly good. But for others, the experience bends sharply. The size is wrong. The color does not match the photos. The material feels flimsy. Electronics stop working after days. Shoes fall apart. Some items look nothing like the listing images. When buyers try to return items, friction appears. Refunds are often offered without returns, but sometimes only as store credit. Some returns require shipping back overseas, which cost more than the product. Support replies feel automated and slow. Still, many buyers do get refunds. Not instantly, not smoothly, but eventually. Most Temu orders arrive, but the quality is, pretty inconsistent. Refunds do exist, but honestly, patience is required. And that leads to the fear that spreads the fastest. Is Temu dangerous in another way? Online rumors claim Temu spies on phones, drains bank accounts, or steals identities. These claims move fast, often without proof. What is known is simpler. Temu collects data like most shopping apps: your name, address, device information, and purchase behavior. This is standard across modern e-commerce platforms. Payments are processed through encrypted systems and trusted payment providers. Temu does not directly pull money from bank accounts without authorization. There is so far no verified case showing Temu secretly draining accounts. What Temu does push aggressively is engagement. Lots of notifications, game-like rewards, friend invites, link sharing, and permission requests. This creates discomfort, not evidence of criminal behavior. The real risk is not hidden hacking. The real risk is oversharing, impulse buying, and getting pulled into a system designed to keep people clicking, scrolling, and spending small amounts again and again. Temu is not proven to steal identities. It is built to capture your attention. And that brings everything back to the final question. Is Temu a scam or legit? Well, Temu is not a scam in the classic sense. Orders are real, payments process, refunds exist, and the company operates openly at massive scale. But Temu is also not a bargain paradise. It sells cheap goods at cheap quality, inflates discounts, uses heavy psychological tactics, and honestly, accepts inconsistency as part of the experience. Some buyers win, some feel disappointed, some feel misled. The truth, well, it sits somewhere in the middle. Temu works best when expectations are low, purchases are small, and payments are protected. It fails when people expect brand-level quality, instant shipping, or flawless service. Temu is not stealing wallets, it is testing patience. And the most expensive thing it takes is not money, it is trust. Because once a deal feels too good to question, that question quietly disappears. If this helped clear the fog, tap like so it reaches someone still staring at a $1 checkout screen. Subscribe for more clear breakdowns of internet questions that never feel simple. And share this with a friend who keeps sending Temu links at midnight. They will thank you later.